Hello. If you are somebody who struggles with a lot of pain and has been looking for something that gives you a boost of energy, mental clarity, and just keeps you kind of like on in the day with more focus, with more vitality, and with a connection to the joy of life, then this video is for you. I want you to stay here with me because for the coming 5 minutes, we're going to be talking about an essential oil called peppermint. This one over here. And it's just kind of like a very, very concentrated of a minty form. So before we get started, I want to share with you 2 stories. And the first story is from my sister, Anais, my youngest sister. And a few years ago, Anais got a terrible hernia and she had so much pain in her lower back. And there was nothing really that was helping her through it. You know, she was trying some exercises, she was taking some painkillers, but this hernia pain just wouldn't go away. And Anais started trying like different oils. She would try like Deep Blue, which is really famous oil for reducing pain, and Copaiba, which I spoke about yesterday, and nothing quite seemed to work. Until this one day, Anais was like applying some peppermint on her neck just to cool off. And she felt this kind of like numbing sensation. And then she had the idea, let me just put some peppermint in my hernia. And she did it. And right after it, like maybe an hour later, she called me and she's like, I have found something that finally helps me reducing the pain with my hernia. And then she said that every time that she would apply this peppermint on her hernia, she wouldn't feel this pain anymore. She wouldn't feel the discomfort. And peppermint was really like her goal to find out, to just not have so much discomfort while she was in the phase of healing from this hernia. That was the story from Anais. And the second one is from a much older lady. So Anais, she's my sister. She's like 24 years old. And the second one is from Dicky. And Dicky is probably on her like 60s and 70s. And she's the mom of a colleague of mine. And Dicky did a breast surgery 5 years ago. And for 5 years, she's been taking pain medication to release the pain that it was under her breast, right? She had a scarf and she was under so much pain that every single day she would be taking painkillers. Until this one day that I reached out to Dicky to try out a pain protocol. And Dicky did that. And she started applying peppermint, Deep Blue, and Copaiba on her breast every single day, a couple times in a day. After 14 days, Dicky texted me saying like, I don't have so much pain anymore. I actually think I don't need painkillers. And after a month, she stopped with painkillers all the way. And after 3 months of using these essential oil protocols, she didn't have pain anymore. So from going 5 years into taking painkillers, Dicky went into 2 weeks feeling much less pain, to 1 month not needing painkillers, to 3 months not even feeling pain anymore. So that's when you see like processes of healing can be so deep with the power of essential oils, right? And this is because peppermint is such a versatile oil. And it's one of my favorite oils. It's an oil that I use every single day. And peppermint has quite some kind of like peculiar properties because it's a very cooling oil. Like I just applied it on my neck before I got started here to give me like a pump of energy. So I would come here like on. And it gives that kind of like nice burning sensation. So it has a hot and cold sensation on the skin. And therefore, it's really good for like numbing pain, right? And I have personally had recently an amazing story with peppermint that my kids had chickenpox and they were having so much fever for days in a row. And I'm not necessarily like against taking paracetamol, but I'm always trying to find something else before because I know the effects of taking medication into the gut health. And I'm quite specific about the gut health of my kids. So before giving them any paracetamol, I just got a diluted drop of peppermint and I applied it on their spine, like from the head up to the base. And then their fever starts to diminish and diminish. So peppermint is a cooling oil that can also be cooling when you're having fever. How amazing is that, right? One of the curious things of working with peppermint essential oil is that it's the easiest oil for you to feel like how potent and effective essential oils are. In 1 drop of peppermint essential oils, we have the equivalent to 23 cups of peppermint tea, right? So that's just such an easy comparison on why essential oils are so much more concentrated than herbal medicine. And I'm a huge lover of herbal medicine. I use a lot of herbal medicine. I love to use them combined with the essential oils. But there is something when we talk about the concentration and the potency of this. And peppermint is one that you can feel straight away. So let's talk about my favorite ways to use peppermint and what do I use it for. So you can use peppermint aromatically. You can either inhale it directly from the bottle, like this, when you need an energy boost, when you want to open the airways, when you have some kind of like here is congested or your lungs, you're not breathing so well, you just inhale some peppermint and then you feel entering through your nose all the way through your lungs. It's a very expansive oil. It expands your airways. You can also apply a few drops on your hands, just like that. One drop goes a really long way of peppermint, and you can rub your hands. And then you take it next to your nose and you take a few deep inhalations. Peppermint is such a strong essential oil that when you're applying, be careful. Don't get it too close to your eyes because it might make your eyes a little bit watery. And a very important tip, if you ever get in contact with your eyes, don't wash it with water. Water just makes it worse. So you either get a carrier oil like coconut oil or almond oil, even olive oil if that's the only thing that you have in the house, and then you clean with it. Or you get some soap, some neutral soap, and then you wash it very gently, and then you put water to release it. But something that breaks the oil, right? Not water, because water and oil, they just make things a lot worse. So when you're inhaling peppermint, you're not only opening the airways, but it's a very electrifying oil. So some people cannot use peppermint after 6 p.m. because they might not be able to go to sleep. I kid you not, it's that potent. So if you ever need to stay awake or you just need an extra energy in the day, I do it multiple times in a day. I just put a drop of peppermint, I rub my hands, and I take 3 very deep inhalations, always being careful with the eyes, right? And this is something that I have been doing in my life instead of coffee. Like I have decided to drink as little coffee as possible. Coffee gives me a heart race. It's not good for my gut health. It makes like a bit of an energy crash. So I drink 1 matcha in the day. Sometimes I drink 1 cacao in the day and multiple drops of peppermint on my hands and inhaling. So this is something that you can also do like if you have a moment that you need to focus. Like I'm going to sit down now and I need to focus. And then you can just inhale some peppermint to boom, open up straight away. Another great way to use peppermint is to apply it locally when you have pain or digestive discomfort. So you can just put a few drops and you can apply and you can massage, right? If you have a headache, just massage your drop on your temples and here on the base of your skull. It's really soothing. And finally, you can use this peppermint from dōTERRA internally. It has been tested and approved that it's pure, so it can be taken internally. My favorite way is to get a drop like this and to put it on my tongue, like that. It's so fresh. It's so fresh. So if you just quickly need a fresh breath, you can get a drop of peppermint, you can put it on your mouth, and you straight away like bam, you feel it. You feel the freshness, you feel the alertness. So that's something really nice as well before you go out. Like even if you just need a fresh, you just do on your gums. Fresh mouth straight away. It's nice and spicy. If you put a little bit on your lips, you get a little of like the Angelina Jolie vibe. It's really nice because it's like tingly and it makes that bliss-tax sensation. Who here use bliss-tax? Bliss-tax with peppermint. You can put it in your tea, although it's quite strong, but you can put it in your tea as well. You can put it into meals, and it's something that gives a very powerful experience. So that was all what I wanted to share with you today, guys. That's my summary of peppermint. Amazing oil for reducing pain, reducing fever, cooling in hot days, giving you more focus, more energy, more alertness, more sharpness. And you can use it aromatically by inhaling. You can apply it on your skin wherever it is that you have pain or you want to have the cooling sensation, or you can use it internally by putting on the tip of your tongue. It's a must-have for summer because on hot days you just need a drop of peppermint to reduce the heat stroke. Such an amazing oil to take it with you. If you go to the beach, just make it a spray. You can be spraying yourself with some water, and peppermint has a great sensation. And if you go to festivals, it's really nice as well to play around with a spray of peppermint. So here's a tip for you. Thank you so much for being here. It was lovely to share this with you. I'm going to open up the question box if somebody has questions. Yes, thank you, Ana Maria. I also love peppermint. It's absolutely one of the oils that I use every single day. Nice. Love it. If we have no questions, I'm going to be saving this in the feed. And for the ones that are new here, just comment oils so you can get access to my ebook and get started on your journey on learning more about essential oils. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.